So imagine you are at a very nice party.
Okay, a party.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
want to make a new friend. So you walk up to someone and you smile and you say, hello, I am a very boring person. I make people fall asleep.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That is a terrible way to start.
It really is. The person looks at you, they look, very confused, and then they walk away.
Yeah, I would walk away too.
Right. But you just made a very funny but very bad mistake in English because you wanted to say that you have nothing to do. You wanted to say you were bored,
Ah, I see.
but instead you told them you are a terrible person to talk to.
Right, yeah. That is a very common mistake, actually.
Yeah.
And it is a great place to start today.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome to a very special deep dive on the Talk Ladder channel. This deep dive is made specifically for you.
Yes, just for you.
It is for people who are just starting to practice and learn English.
Yeah.
So we are going to use very clear, simple English today.
Exactly. We want you to understand every single word we say.
Because, learning a new language as an adult is, well, it is hard work. It is very hard. Your brain already knows how the world works in your native language.
Right.
And now you have to build a totally new map in your head. So today is a practice session to help you build that map.
Yeah, we will speak slowly, but we will talk about real important topics.
We will.
But before we look at our sources today, please do us a small favor. Please subscribe to the Talk Ladder channel.
It really helps a lot.
It does. When you subscribe, it helps you practice every single week, and it helps us create more of these deep dives for you.
Yeah, we really love helping you on your language journey.
We do, so please, click subscribe.
Thank you. I think we are ready to begin.
Let us do it. We want to set a really relaxed mood for our deep dive on the Talk Ladder channel today. So just imagine we are sitting together in a quiet library.
I love that. A quiet, cozy library.
Yeah, there is no stress here. We are just, three smart friends. We're having a cup of coffee, and we are talking about how language works.
A library is the perfect place, and we have a stack of very useful sources on the table right in front of us.
Yes, we do. And these sources are all about the building blocks of English. We have a lot to talk about today.
We really do.
So first, we will look at the core bricks of the language. These are the essential action words, the verbs.
Right, those important ones.
And then we will look at how to paint a picture with opposite words. After that, we will learn how to make small talk and how to greet people without feeling nervous.
That is so important for beginners.
It is. And next, we'll solve a really big problem, prepositions.
Oh, yes. The tricky little words.
Words like in, on, and at. And we will learn how to walk around a city and buy food. Finally, we will review the top free websites to practice your English this year.
So it is a big plan.
It is a big plan, but, we will go step by step.
Yes. We will explain the rules, and more importantly, we'll explain why the rules actually work.
Let us start with the first part of our sources. The texts divide learning into two levels. They talk about the A1 level and the A2 level.
Right, the basic levels.
Yeah, and I always thought A1 meant a person could not speak at all. But the sources describe A1 differently. They call A1 the survival level.
That is correct. A1 is all about survival because, as an adult, you have basic needs.
You do.
You need to eat food. You need to find a place to sleep. You need to buy a train ticket.
Right, or ask where the bathroom is.
Exactly. At the A1 level, you learn about 500 to 700 words. And these words give you the power to survive in a new city.
So you are not discussing art or, politics.
No, you are just surviving.
That makes a lot of sense. When you travel, you do not need perfect grammar. You just need the right words to get water and food.
Yes, exactly.
So if A1 is survival, the text says A2 is the way stage. It means you know about 1,500 to 2,500 words.
Right.
How does A2 change your life?
Oh, well, A2 changes everything. Because A2 is when you move from just surviving to actually connecting.
Connecting with people.
Yes, you do not just buy coffee. You can actually talk to the person making the coffee.
Oh.
You can socialize. You can share your feelings.
Yeah.
You can describe your weekend. It is a very exciting level.
You start to feel like yourself again.
Exactly. You get your personality back.
I love that. But to reach both of these levels, you need the right bricks. And the most important bricks in English are verbs.
The action words.
Verbs give life to your sentences. Without verbs, you just have a list of objects.
Right, just a pile of things.
And the sources point out the big three verbs. These are the first verbs every single learner must master.
Yes, the big three. They are the verbs be, have, and do.
Be, have, and do.
Right. They are the skeleton of the English language.
Yeah.
Everything else connects to them.
So let us unpack the first one, the verb be. In my notes here, be is all about identity and state.
Yes.
It tells the listener who you are and where you are.
Exactly. You use be for so many different things. You use it for your name. I am Sarah.
Right.
You use it for your job. I am a teacher. You use it for your feelings. I am happy, or I am tired.
And you use it for location too, right?
Yes, I am in London.
It is such a small word, but it does so much work. Am, is, and are. Like, he is a doctor.
They are my friends.
Right. It paints the base picture of the situation.
Then the next big verb is have. Have is all about connection and possession. It tells the world what belongs to you.
And this one is also very flexible. I mean, we use it for a physical object, like I have a car.
Or I have a new phone.
Right. But we also use it for family and relationships, like I have 2 sisters.
Or she has a husband. Yes.
And we use it for abstract things, too, things you cannot touch.
Exactly, like I have a problem or I have time today.
Oh, and health. If you are sick, you say, I have a cold, or I have a headache.
Yes, it is a very powerful tool for an A1 learner.
So that is be and have. Now let us look at the third big verb, do. The sources say do is a very special verb in English. It has a double life.
It really does have a double life. So first, do is just a normal action word. It means work or activity. For example, I do my homework. Or she does the housework. We do business together. That is its normal job.
But I read in the text that do is also a helper verb, and this is something that confuses many people.
It does, yeah, because some other languages do not have this mechanism at all.
Right. In English, we use do to ask questions and to make negative sentences.
That is the secret of English.
Yeah.
If you want to ask a question with most action verbs, you need to use do.
So I cannot just say, like, you coffee.
No, you cannot say that. You must use the helper. You say, do you like coffee?
Oh, I see. Or, do you speak English?
Yes. Or do they live here? The word do stands at the front of the sentence and like waves its hands.
It tells the listener, get ready, a question is coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we also use it to say no.
Right.
We use it for negative sentences. You cannot say, I like not tea.
Right. That sounds wrong.
You must say, I do not like tea, or I don't like tea. She does not work today.
So do basically holds the word not.
Yes. It is a very helpful skeleton bone for the whole language.
Okay, so if a learner only knows be, have, and do, they can say hundreds of useful sentences.
Absolutely.
But our sources also highlight 4 other very common action verbs. These are words adults use every single day. The first 2 are go and come.
Go and come are all about direction.
Direction, right.
So go is movement away from where you are. If you are at your house and you need to leave, you say, I go to the store.
Because you are moving away.
Right. I go to work.
And come is the exact opposite. Come is movement toward the speaker.
Yes.
If you are at work, you tell your friend, please come to my office. You are asking them to move toward you.
Understanding direction is very important. You can say, I go to the restaurant, and then you can ask your friend, will you come with me?
That makes perfect sense. Now, the next verb is make. And this is a word that causes trouble.
Oh, yes. A lot of trouble.
Many learners confuse make and do. Why is that?
Well, they are very similar. In some languages, they are actually the exact same word.
Oh.
But in English, they are different. We said do is about activity or work, right?
Yes, like do my homework.
But make is about creating something new. When you use make, you build something that was not there before.
Ah, I see. So I say I make a sandwich. Before I just had bread and cheese.
Yes.
But now I have created a sandwich.
Exactly. I make coffee.
Yeah.
She makes a dress.
Yeah.
He makes a mistake. You are producing a result.
But you use do for general activities. Like I do my job, I do my laundry. You are not creating new laundry.
No, you are just washing it.
That is a really great rule to remember. Make. Create something new. So what is the last essential verb here?
The last one is know. Know is all about the information inside your brain.
Oh.
Know is very important for adult communication. You use it for facts, like, I know the answer.
Or for people, right? I know the manager.
Yes. And you also use it to show you understand a situation. If someone explains a problem to you, you can simply say, I know.
So these verbs are our basic bricks. Be, have, do, go, come, make, know. But, you know, if you just put bricks in a pile, you do not have a house.
No, you do not.
You just have a pile of heavy stones. To build a language, you need to connect the bricks.
And that is the next step in our sources.
Yeah.
We need connection words.
Right. In grammar, these are called conjunctions.
Exactly.
I really like to think of conjunctions as train tracks. Imagine you are driving a train. The train is your sentence,
Okay, I like this picture.
and the tracks guide the train. The tracks tell the listener's brain exactly which direction your thoughts are going.
Yes, because if you do not use these tracks, your English will sound robotic.
Like, I am cold, I go inside, it is choppy.
Right, we want to sound natural and smooth. Conjunctions fix that choppy sound.
So let us examine the most important train tracks from our text. The first one is and.
And is a straight track. It connects two similar ideas.
So it tells the listener, here is one fact and here is another fact that belongs with it.
Exactly. For example, I like apples and I like bananas.
Right. Both are fruits. Both are things I like.
Yes. And is very friendly. I work in an office and I study English at night. The two parts of the sentence live together happily.
But the next track is different. The word but.
Ah, yes, but.
But is a sharp turn on the train track. It tells the listener's brain, get ready. I'm going to say the opposite of what you expect.
Yes. But introduces a contrast. It shows a problem or a difference.
Okay.
For example, I want to buy the car, but I do not have enough money. The first part is positive. The second part is the problem.
The restaurant is very expensive, but the food is delicious. So you are joining a negative idea with a positive idea.
Right, but makes your sentences much more complex and interesting.
Another important track is or. Or is a fork in the road.
A fork in the road, yes.
The track splits into two directions. You must make a choice.
And we use or all the time in daily life. Do you want to drink tea or do you want to drink coffee?
Because you cannot have both. You must choose one track.
Right. We can travel on Monday or we can travel on Tuesday. Gives the listener an option.
Next, we have the word so. So is a very logical train track.
Very logical. It shows a result. It tells you what happens next because of the first thing.
Right. It links a situation to an action, like I am very tired, so I will go to bed early.
Yes. The situation is, I am tired. The action is, I will go to bed.
Yeah.
The word so connects them perfectly.
It is raining outside, so I need my umbrella.
Or, he did not study, so he failed the test. So moves the story forward.
The final train track from our list is because. And because is a very powerful tool.
It is. It does the opposite of so.
Wait, the opposite?
Yeah, because it looks backward. It gives the reason for an action.
I see. And adult learners really need because. You have complex lives. You need to explain why things happen.
Exactly. I am studying English because I want a better job. The action is studying. The reason is wanting a better job.
I stayed home today because I was sick.
Or we're late because the train was slow.
Yes. When you start using because, you are truly moving into that A2 level of connecting and explaining.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
If you take your basic verbs and you connect them with and, but, or so and because, you will sound very fluent.
You do not need big, difficult words at all.
No. You just need to connect the simple words well.
Okay, we are doing great in our deep dive today.
We really are.
We are sitting comfortably in our Talk Ladder library. We have built the walls of our language house with verbs. We have laid down the train tracks.
But a house with just walls is boring.
Right. We need to paint the house. We need to add color and texture and feeling.
And this brings us to adjectives. Adjectives are describing words.
They are the paint for your sentences.
Exactly. They tell the listener what something looks like, or feels like, or sounds like.
And our sources share a really fascinating trick for learning describing words. When adults are at the A1 level, their brains learn descriptive words best in opposite pairs.
Yes, this is a proven teaching trick. The human brain loves patterns.
It does.
The adult brain loves to build mental maps.
Yeah.
If you just learn a list of random adjectives, you will probably forget them.
But if you learn a word and its exact opposite at the same time,
Yes. You create a strong connection in your memory.
it is like two sides of a coin. If you find one side, you automatically know the other side.
So let us explore some of these A1 pairs from the text. We will use simple, real-world examples.
Okay, the first pair is big and small.
These are the most basic describing words for physical size.
Yeah.
I live in a big city. It has millions of people.
Right. And the opposite.
I live in a small town. It only has one street.
Perfect. Next is tall and short. We usually use these for people or buildings, right?
Yes. My brother is very tall. He plays basketball.
My sister is short.
Or you could say, that is a tall building. That is a short wall.
Then we have hot and cold. This is essential for survival. You need to talk about the weather and food.
Absolutely. Be careful, the coffee is very hot.
I need a coat because it is cold outside.
How about fast and slow? This is for speed. The train to London is very fast.
The traffic in the city is very slow.
Then there is old and young. This pair describes age. We use it for people, but also for things.
Okay, like, my grandfather is an old man.
And the baby is very young.
But you can also say, I drive an old car.
For objects, the opposite of old is usually new, right?
Exactly. I drive a new car.
And here is a very important pair for adults. Cheap and expensive. This is all about money.
Oh, yes. We can eat at this restaurant. The food is cheap. It does not cost a lot of money.
I cannot buy that watch. It is too expensive. It costs too much money.
By learning these pairs, you instantly double your vocabulary. Big and small, tall and short, hot and cold, fast and slow, old and young, cheap and expensive.
Those are fantastic words, but they mostly describe the outside world, things we can look at or touch.
Right.
Earlier, you mentioned that moving to the A2 level means you start to connect with people. So, how do adjectives change when we move to A2?
That is a great point. In A1, you describe the environment, the cheap food, the hot weather. But in A2, you start to describe the inside world.
The inside world. Yes, you describe your feelings. You describe human emotions.
And this brings us back to the funny mistake I talked about at the very beginning of our deep dive, the boring mistake at the party.
Yes.
Our sources highlight a very specific grammar rule here. It involves adjectives that end in A and adjectives that end in A.
This is perhaps the most important rule for feelings in English. Many adult learners confuse these two endings.
And if you confuse them, you change the entire meaning of your sentence.
You really do.
Let us break it down slowly. Let us start with E ending. Words like bored, tired, interested, excited.
The rule is this. Adjectives ending in A describe the feeling inside the person.
So it is how you experience a situation.
Exactly. I am bored. This means I feel empty inside. I have no activities to do.
Or I am tired. My body has no energy.
Yes. I am excited. My heart is beating fast because I am happy.
So E is my internal feeling.
Yes.
Then what does the ing ending do? Words like boring, tiring, interesting, exciting.
Adjectives ending in A describe the cause of the feeling. The cause.
Yes. They describe the thing, the person, or the situation that makes you feel that way. The ing word is the source of the emotion.
Okay, let me try to understand this with an example.
Sure.
Let us use tired and tiring.
Mm-hmm.
I work in a factory for 10 hours. The work is very hard. So the work is tiring. It is the cause.
Right.
And because the work is tiring, how do I feel? I am tired.
Perfect. The work is tiring. I am tired. Let us look at another one.
Okay.
You go to a movie. The movie is fantastic. There is action and music. The movie is exciting.
So because the movie is exciting, how do you feel? You say, I'm excited.
Exactly. Now let us go back to the party mistake.
Right. So I am sitting in a room. Nobody is talking to me. I have nothing to do. The party has no music.
So the party is boring. It is the cause.
So how do I feel? I must say, I am bored.
Exactly. Because if you say, I am boring, you are telling people that you are the cause of the bad feeling.
Oh, you are telling people that you make them want to sleep.
Yes. And you do not want to say that. I understand now. Ed is my feeling. Ed is the cause. I'm interested in the book because the book is interesting.
Yes. If our listeners remember this rule, they will sound very natural and avoid some embarrassing moments.
It is a great rule to know. It gives you confidence.
It really does.
And confidence is exactly what we need for the next part of our sources.
Yes.
You have your verbs. You have your describing words. You know how to talk about your feelings. It is time to stand up, walk out of the library, and meet some people.
This is the real test of language, using it with other humans. When you meet someone new, you must greet them. You must say hello.
But the sources show that we do not greet everyone the same way. We must choose our words based on the situation.
Right. We have formal greetings and we have informal greetings.
This is a social skill, right?
Yes. Formal means serious, polite, and respectful. You use formal greetings in a business meeting, at a bank, or when you meet a police officer.
And informal.
Informal means relaxed and friendly. You use informal greetings with your family, your friends, or at a casual party.
So let us start with the safest word in the English language. Hello.
Hello is wonderful because it works in almost every situation.
Really? Every situation.
Yes. It is slightly formal, but it is always polite. You can say hello to your boss, and you can say hello to a shop worker. It is always a good choice.
A slightly more relaxed word is hi.
Right. Hi is very common in English-speaking countries. You use it with colleagues at work that you know well, or with neighbors. Hi, how are things?
Then we have hey. Hey is very informal.
You must be careful with hey.
Why is that?
You only use it with close friends or people your own age in a relaxed setting like a cafe. Do not say hey to a judge in a courtroom. It sounds disrespectful.
That is very good advice. We also have beautiful formal greetings based on the clock. These are very traditional.
Yes. From the time you wake up until 12 o'clock noon, you say, good morning.
It is a positive way to start the day.
And from 12 o'clock noon until the sun begins to go down around 5 or 6 o'clock, you say, good afternoon.
And after the sun goes down, for the rest of the night, you say, good evening.
Notice that we do not say good night as a greeting.
Oh, that is a good point.
Yes. Good night means I am going to sleep now. Goodbye. We only use it when we are leaving.
So you say good evening when you arrive at a restaurant, and you
Yeah.
say good night when you leave the restaurant to go home.
Correct. Now, after you greet someone, you need to introduce yourself. At the A1 level, this is very simple.
You just say, my name is, followed by your name. Hello, my name is David.
Or you use the verb be. Hi, I am Sarah.
It is also polite to tell them your country. You say, I am from Italy. I am from Brazil. I am from Japan.
Now, the sources highlight a very interesting cultural detail here. It is about the United States. Many learners get confused by this.
What happens?
When you meet an American, they will almost always say, hi, how are you?
This is true, but here is the trick. In many cultures, if someone asks, how are you? It is a real question about your health and your life. If you have a headache, you tell them. If you had a bad day at work, you tell them. You give a long, honest answer.
But in the United States, how are you is not usually a real medical question. The person is not asking for a long story about your bad day.
And why do they ask it?
It is just a cultural habit. It is like a verbal wave of the hand.
Oh, I see.
It is just part of the greeting process. They want to hear a short, positive answer to keep the energy light and friendly.
So what is the best way to answer an American who asks, how are you?
The standard polite response is very fast. You just say, I'm good, how are you? Or I'm well, and you?
Yes, you answer positively and you immediately ask the question back to them.
Yes. It is like a quick game of tennis. The ball goes over the net and you hit it right back. Hi, how are you? I'm good, how are you? I'm great, thanks. And then the real conversation begins.
Exactly. Understanding this cultural rule stops you from oversharing personal information with a stranger.
Yes, it is very helpful.
After the greeting, we move into something called small talk. I find small talk fascinating. The text explains that small talk is light, easy conversation. It is a warm-up.
Yes, a warm-up. You do not talk about serious problems, politics, or money. You talk about safe topics.
Small talk is necessary. It builds trust. Two strangers cannot immediately talk about deep philosophy.
No, they need to test the waters first.
Yeah.
They need to show each other that they are friendly.
The most famous topic for small talk is the weather. People joke about it, but it works. Why do we talk about the weather?
Because it is a shared reality. We are both experiencing it.
Right. You can stand next to a stranger at a bus stop and say, it is very cold today, isn't it?
And the stranger will agree. Yes, freezing.
Yeah.
You have made a small connection.
Another great topic is entertainment. You can ask, have you seen any good movies lately?
Or, if it is Monday, you can ask about the weekend. Did you have a good weekend? Did you do anything fun?
These questions show you are interested in the person, but you are not asking anything too private.
Right. If they want to talk, they will give you a long answer. If they are busy, they will give a short answer. Small talk is very polite.
Speaking of polite, our sources mention courtesy phrases. These are the magic words that make society run smoothly.
They really are magic words.
There is a very important difference highlighted here that I want to discuss. The difference between excuse me and I'm sorry.
This is a crucial distinction for adult learners. Many people think these two phrases mean the exact same thing.
But they do not.
No, they do not.
Let us explain the rule. Excuse me is used before a situation happens.
Yes. It is a tool to get attention politely. It is not an apology for doing something bad.
So imagine you are in a supermarket. You cannot find the milk. You see a worker.
You do not say, I'm sorry, you've done nothing wrong.
Right. You say, excuse me, where is the milk?
You are politely interrupting their day to ask for help.
Or imagine someone is standing in the doorway blocking your path. You need them to move.
You smile and say, excuse me. They will step aside. It is polite and effective.
But I'm sorry is different.
Yes. I'm sorry. Looks backward. It is an apology for a mistake. You use it after a situation happens.
So if you are walking in the supermarket and you accidentally step on the worker's foot.
You do not say, excuse me. You say, oh, I'm sorry. You made a mistake? And you are apologizing.
Excuse me gets attention. I'm sorry fixes a mistake. Remembering this rule will make you sound very culturally aware.
It definitely will.
When your conversation is over, you need to say goodbye. The text suggests the phrase, take care. This is a beautiful way to end a chat.
It is. Take care is warm and kind. It means I hope you stay safe and healthy until I see you again.
It was nice to meet you. Take care. It leaves the other person with a very positive feeling about you.
You are doing incredibly well on this deep dive. You know how to use verbs, adjectives, and small talks.
So now imagine you met a nice person using your small talk. You want to see them again. You want to invite them to a cafe.
To do that, you must tell them exactly where the cafe is and exactly what time to meet.
And this brings us to the hardest part of the English language for many learners. We are going to tackle prepositions.
Oh, prepositions. They cause a lot of anxiety.
They really do. These are tiny words like in, on, and at.
They tell us about place and time. But the rules seem confusing because different languages handle space and time in very different ways.
It is true. But our sources offer a fantastic visual trick. This trick will help you see the rules in your mind. It changes everything.
It is a great trick. We want you to think of these three words as three different physical shapes.
Let us walk through this visual mental map. What is the first shape?
Think of the word in as a 3D box. A box has walls around it. It has borders.
Okay, a 3D box. And think of the word on as a flat surface, like a table or the floor.
And think of the word at as a specific dot on a map, just one tiny point.
Box, surface, dot, in, on, at. That is a brilliant way to simplify the grammar. Let us apply this trick to the real world. Let us start with place, where things are located physically.
Okay, let us use the 3D box rule for in. You use in when an object or a person is surrounded by borders. They are inside the box.
So we say, the shoes are in the box. That is literal.
But a room is also a box. It has 4 walls. So we say, I am sitting in the kitchen, she is working in the office.
What about cities and countries?
A city has borders. A country has borders. They act like big boxes on a map. So you are inside those borders.
So you say, I live in Paris, he lives in Canada, we are in the park, you are enclosed by the borders.
That is very clear. The box is in. Now let us look at the flat surface, the rule for on.
You use on when an object is touching the top of a surface, but it is not inside a box.
The classic example is a table. The book is on the table.
The floor is a surface, the bag is on the floor.
The wall is a vertical surface, but it's still flat. So the clock is on the wall. You are attached to the surface.
This leads to a very common question from learners. What about vehicles? Cars, buses, trains. Sometimes we say in and sometimes we say on. Why is that?
This is where the surface rule is very helpful. Think about the physical action.
Okay.
For a car or a taxi, it is small. You sit down inside it. It is a little metal box. So you say, I am in the car. I am in the taxi.
But a bus is different. A bus is huge. A train is huge. An airplane is huge.
Exactly. When you enter a bus, a train, or a plane, what do?
You stand up and you walk across a flat floor.
Yes. You walk on a surface to find your seat. Because you can walk on that flat surface, English uses on. You say, I am on the bus, she is on the train, we are on the plane.
Wow. If you can walk on it, you say on. If you just sit in the box, you say in. That makes so much sense.
It really simplifies it. Now, what about at, the dot on the map?
You use at when you want to describe a specific point, an exact location. You are not thinking about the walls or the surface. You just want to say, I am here.
For example, I am standing at the door. You are not inside the wood of the door. You are not on top of the door.
You are just located exactly next to it, the specific point.
We use it for meeting places. I will meet you at the bus stop. She is at the airport. He is at work. You are giving the listener a specific dot on the map to find you.
Box, surface, dot. In, on, at. That covers physical places. But our sources show that we use these exact same tiny words to talk about time.
Yes, we apply the same logic to the clock and the calendar. Let us look at time, starting with the specific dot, the word at.
For time, at is a precise, exact point on a clock, a sharp moment.
So we say, the meeting starts at 9 a.m. I will see you at noon. The train leaves at 6:30. It is a specific dot on the clock.
What about the flat surface, the word on for time?
For time, think of a physical paper calendar. A calendar is a flat surface.
Okay.
The days of the week are flat squares on that paper. We use on for specific days and dates.
I will call you on Monday. We don't work on Friday. My birthday is on the 10th of May. If it is one day, it is flat on the calendar, we use on.
And finally, the big box. the word in for time.
We use in for long periods. A long period is like a big box of time. The event happens somewhere inside that big box.
Months are big boxes. We will travel in July.
Seasons are big boxes. It is very hot in summer.
Years are massive boxes. The company opened in 2020. The event is contained inside those borders of time.
In for months and years, on for days, at for clock times. When you understand the logic, it feels much less stressful.
Before we move on from prepositions, there's a fascinating detail in our sources.
What is it?
The word preposition means it comes pre or before the noun, in the box, on the table.
Right.
But English also uses words that go after the noun to describe time.
Words that go after, what are they?
They are called postpositions. The most common and important one for A1 and A2 learners is the word ago. We use ago to talk about the past, to measure how much time has passed.
Oh, I see. We do not say, I arrived ago 2 days. We put the time first and the postposition second. I arrived 2 days ago.
Exactly. I finished work 3 hours ago. We met 10 years ago. It is a unique structure, but you will hear it constantly in spoken English.
Our deep dive is progressing beautifully. You have your map of prepositions. You can tell your friend to meet you at the cafe on Monday at 3:00 p.m.
Now let us apply this knowledge. Let us imagine you are walking through a real English-speaking city.
Walking around a city is the ultimate test of survival and connection. You need to read signs, buy goods, and solve problems.
Let us start with shopping.
Our sources focus on traditional shop names used in the United Kingdom and sometimes the United States. Today, we have giant supermarkets that sell everything.
Right.
But many cities and towns still have traditional specialized shops. You will see these names on the street.
Learning these names is important for understanding the culture. The first one is the bakers.
A baker is a person who bakes bread.
Yes, the baker's is the shop. You go to the baker's to buy fresh bread, rolls, cakes, and sweet pastries.
Next is the butcher's. A butcher is a person who prepares meat.
You go to the butcher's to buy raw chicken, beef, sausages, and steaks for cooking.
Then we have a very important shop for health. In the UK, it is called the chemist's. In the US, it is called a pharmacy.
This is where you buy medicine, vitamins, and supplies if you feel sick.
If you want fresh fruit, you look for the greengrocers. Green refers to plants. So the greengrocer sells fresh apples, bananas, potatoes, carrots, and salads.
Finally, there is the newsagents. This is a small convenience shop. You stop at the newsagents to buy a daily newspaper, a magazine, a bottle of water, or some chocolate.
So you have walked around the city, you visited the shops. Now you are hungry and tired, you want to eat.
The sources provide excellent phrases for dining. If you want to eat with a colleague, you can use a casual, friendly phrase.
Instead of saying a formal sentence like, would you accompany me to a restaurant? You can use natural A2 language. You say, do you want to grab some lunch?
To grab literally means to catch something quickly with your hand.
But in casual English, grab lunch or grab a coffee, it just means to go get it together in a relaxed way.
What if you were too tired to sit in a restaurant? You want to take the food back to your hotel or your house.
You walk into the restaurant and say, I'm ordering takeout. Or in the UK, they often say takeaway.
It means the food is prepared for you to take out the door.
After you eat, the most important moment arrives. You must pay the bill. You need to communicate how you will give them money. You have two common options.
If you have a plastic bank card or credit card, you ask the waiter, can I pay by card? Notice the preposition, by card.
But if you have paper money and metal coins, the preposition changes. You say, I'll pay in cash, by card, or in cash.
These phrases make you sound very natural. However, we must be realistic. When you are in a new city speaking a new language, things will not always be perfect. You will face challenges.
It is a guarantee. You will get lost. You will speak to someone who talks too fast. You will not understand a word on a menu. This is normal. It happens to everyone.
The sources emphasize that you need communication strategies. You need survival phrases. Many adult learners feel embarrassed or shy when they don't understand. They just smile and nod their heads.
That is a mistake. Nodding your head when you do not understand can cause big problems. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness.
No, it is a sign of confidence. It shows you want to communicate well.
Let us arm our listeners with these confident survival phrases. Imagine a shop worker speaks to you very quickly. You miss the words. What is the easiest thing to say?
The simplest, most polite strategy is a one-word question. Pardon? Say it with your voice going up at the end. Pardon?
It instantly tells the speaker that you did not catch what they said. They will naturally repeat it.
If they still speak too fast, you can use a full sentence. Can you please repeat that? It is a direct, polite request.
And sometimes you hear the words, but you just do not know the vocabulary. It is perfectly fine to say, I'm sorry, I don't understand.
If you say this, people are usually very kind. They will change their words. They will speak slower. They will use hand gestures to help you.
Never be afraid to say, I don't understand. It is the key to learning. Now, those are phrases for small misunderstandings, but our text also provides phrases for real emergencies, true survival situations.
We hope you never need these phrases. But as an adult traveling the world, you must be prepared. Preparedness reduces anxiety.
If you feel a terrible pain or you are seriously hurt, you do not use polite small talk. You use short, direct A1 English. You say, I need a doctor.
People will understand the urgency and help you find medical care.
If you see a crime or if you are in physical danger, the phrase is, call the police. Keep it loud and clear.
And a very common administrative emergency for international travelers, losing your documents. If your bag is stolen or lost, you go to an official desk and say, I lost my passport.
They will know exactly what procedure to follow to help you contact your embassy.
Just reading those emergency phrases makes you feel a little safer, doesn't it? It's like knowing where the fire exit is. You don't plan to use it, but you are glad it is there.
Exactly. Well, look at the map we have covered today. You know the verbs that build the skeleton of English. You know the adjectives that paint the picture. You can manage small talk and understand cultural greetings.
You can navigate the 3D space of the city with prepositions. You can shop, eat, and ask for help.
You have an enormous toolkit now, but a toolkit is useless if you leave it in the box. You must take the tools out and use them. You must practice.
If you do not practice these words, your brain will delete them. The adult brain is very efficient. It deletes information it thinks it does not need.
To keep the words, you must prove to your brain that they are important.
The best way to do that in 2026 is by using the internet. Our sources provide a list from a website called Papora. It details the top free websites to practice English right now.
I want to use an analogy to help our listeners understand how to use these websites. Think of building your English skills like eating a healthy diet.
A healthy diet. I like this. Explain further.
If you eat nothing but apples every single day, you will get sick. Apples are good, but they do not have all the nutrients your body needs. You need protein for your muscles. You need calcium for your bones. You need vitamins.
Language learning is exactly the same. It requires different nutrients. You need speaking practice to build mouth muscles. You need listening practice to train your ears. You need grammar exercises to build structure. You need reading to build vocabulary.
If you only use one website, you are only eating apples. You need a balanced diet. Let us review the Papora list and see what nutrient each website provides best.
The first site on the list is Papora itself. The sources highlight Papora as a great balanced meal. It provides a solid foundation because it offers unlimited live classes with native teachers.
It forces you to speak in small groups, but it also gives you grammar lessons. It is very structured.
The next website is famous worldwide, BBC Learning English. What is the main nutrient here?
The BBC is incredible for the reading and listening nutrient, especially if you like adult topics. They use current global news events to teach English. They have short videos and audio clips about real things happening in the world. The language is clear and professional.
But the BBC site does not have live teachers to talk to, right?
Correct. It lacks the interactive speaking nutrient. That is why you must mix it with other tools.
Next is the British Council website. This one is highly respected.
The British Council is perfect for learners who want traditional, high-quality grammar and vocabulary structure. They use games, short stories, and podcasts. It feels like a very fun, modern version of a classic classroom.
Okay, so I have my grammar from the British Council and my news from the BBC. What if I have a specific weird question? What if I want the social nutrient? I want to ask a real person.
For that, the list recommends a platform called HinNative. HinNative is a brilliant concept. It is a massive community of native speakers from all over the world. You can type a question like, does this sentence sound natural to an American? Or what does this slang word mean?
And real native speakers reply to you.
Yes. Native speakers reply directly. It is perfect for those tiny cultural questions that textbooks never explain. It provides the social connection nutrient.
Now, what about pure, raw listening? Sometimes the audio in textbooks is too slow and too perfect. Real people do not sound like robots.
This is very true. For authentic listening practice, the sources point to a website called ELO, ELLLO. ELLO is a giant library of native audio. It features regular people from England, Scotland, Australia, America, and Canada just talking naturally.
They talk at natural speed with natural accents.
Yes. You can listen to them discuss their jobs, their pets, or their travel. It trains your ear to handle the messy, fast reality of spoken English. It is a fantastic listening nutrient.
The next site on the list is highly specific. It is called USA Learns. Who should use this?
USA Learns is highly recommended for adults who are learning English specifically for work and immigration. If your goal is to move to the U.S., get a job, understand a boss, or work in a trade, this site focuses on practical professional vocabulary.
And finally, the last tool on our Papora list is word reference. Now, this is not a course or a school.
No, word reference is a dictionary, but it is an essential tool. It does not just translate a word, it gives you 10 examples of how the word is used in full sentences.
And it has a very special feature for the speaking nutrient.
Yes. It has a high-quality audio button. You can click it to hear exactly how to pronounce the word. You can even choose to hear it with a British accent or an American accent. You should check word reference every time you learn a new word to make sure your pronunciation is correct.
So if you want a healthy language diet, you use word reference for pronunciation. You use LO to listen to fast accents. You use Hear Native to ask social questions. You use the BBC to read the news. Mix them together, and you will grow very fast.
It has never been easier to practice. You have all these free tools in your pocket. The only thing you need is consistency. Practice for 20 minutes every single day, and the map in your brain will become permanent.
Well, my friend, look at the time. The sun is going down outside our library window. We have reached the end of our Talk Ladder deep dive today. Let us quickly summarize the incredible journey we have taken together.
We started by organizing our basic bricks. We learned that be, have, and do form the skeleton of the language. We learned that do is a magical helper word for asking questions. We connected these verbs with train track conjunctions like and, but, and, because.
Then, we painted our house. We learned that the adult brain loves opposite pairs like big and small, cheap and expensive. We solved the funny party mistake by understanding that aid is how I feel inside, and eeg is the cause outside. I am bored because the movie is boring.
We practiced our social skills. We learned the difference between formal hello and informal hey. We analyzed the American habit of asking how are you as a quick greeting. We made small talk about the weather, and we learned the crucial difference between excuse me to get attention and I'm sorry to apologize.
We conquered the fear of prepositions using our visual shapes. The 3D box for in, the flat surface for on, the specific dot for at. We use them to ride on buses and sit in cars.
We walked the city streets learning traditional shop names like the bakers and the chemists. We learned to order takeout and pay by card. And most importantly, we learned brave survival phrases like pardon and I don't understand.
Finally, we built a healthy diet for language practice using the best free websites of 2026. You have worked so hard today, listener. We are very proud of you.
Moving from A1 to A2 is the hardest part of the mountain. You are pushing a heavy rock up the hill. But when you master these rules, you reach the top. The rock starts to roll down the other side. Communication becomes easier. It becomes fun. Keep pushing. You are doing fantastic work.
Before we close the doors of our library, we want to leave you with one final provocative thought. Something to ponder while you drink your tea or travel to work tomorrow.
Today, we talked extensively about how we use small words to describe our physical world. We use prepositions like in, on, and at to organize space and to organize time.
But think deeply about this idea. Does learning a new language change the way your brain actually experiences reality?
It is a profound question. When you start organizing time in your mind as being in a big box of a month or on a flat calendar day or at a sharp point on a clock, does your brain start to feel the present moment differently? Does the grammar of English actually change the structure of your thoughts?
When you learn the rule that you stand on a surface, do you start noticing flat surfaces more in your daily life? Language is not just a tool for talking to the waiter. It might be a new lens for seeing the universe. It is something fascinating to think about the next time you are memorizing your vocabulary list.
Thank you so much for sitting with us in the library today. Keep practicing, keep asking questions, keep making mistakes and learning from them.
And remember to subscribe to the Talk Ladder channel so we can continue this journey together. We will be waiting right here in the library for your next deep dive. Goodbye for now, and take care.